Hey there, sign of Libra. This is Kim here to do a monthly read for you. Hope you're doing really good. Thank you so much for joining me out there, wherever you are. If you need a private reading, hopefully you don't have trouble with the checkout, all right? I know I keep saying that. It doesn't sound good, but you shouldn't. But if you do, email me if you want that, or private, something more private or personal. That information's in the description box below. So let's get into your reading. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Regarding main messages of love, of light for Libra. Anything challenging, we'll face it head on, no problem. I have a very strong group of Libras that show up to these readings, and artistic Libras that show up to this. I've noticed that. I'm gonna shuffle. Or shuffle. Okie dokie. And at the end, I'll pull from my deck that I made of important dates from this month that you need to be aware of. Goodness, this is going to be an important month, isn't it? Yes, yes it is. All right. Wow. 2 for the outcome. Please give me a good outcome. What's up with this? We're having to break through something, aren't we? 3 of disc. Okay. Well, it's still amazing, and I'm going to stick with it. And we have bravery here. In your outcome, bravery. So I'm sticking with this. I like this reading so far. I have the Fool's Journey here on in the past. The Journey. This deck is the Journey of the Sacred Bee, so that's probably why they call it that. But the Fool is an enlightened person. They're stepping off of the mountain. They're about to experience a new part of their journey, right? They're about to take that first step being the hardest, but you have decided to do that here in this past energy. So this could be a recent past, where we've decided I'm going to do something new, right? Tell me about the journey. We're coming out of your hermit cave. You coming out of it. That's the truth, the clarity. Ace of Swords on the bottom. Wow, the hermit has spent a lot of time self-reflecting, going inward, a lot of work on themselves. That it makes sense because the Fool is that enlightened person, and so you've been on that journey, and now it's time for a new part of your journey where maybe we're socializing more. It could be internet socializing more, but just deciding to, I'm just getting communicating more with others. Communicating with others more. And the Magician here is your issue with the High Priestess as the challenge. So, you're definitely, you're creating something. You're creating, coming from the throat chakra area. So, creativity, some way that you express your creativity, expression. You're Merkaba, responsible for where you're going to go, multi-dimensional travel. I mean, some big things with the Magician, because really anything is possible. The Priestess just knows and listens to their intuition all the time, and that is the challenge. Listening to your intuition about what you can create. Why is the Priestess a challenge? The 6 of Cups. And another 4 of Swords. So 4 of Swords twice. The 6 of Cups is a connection. Listening to your intuition about a connection that's going to be coming in. I think the Kipper deck I should probably use it for the connection. Just to see, maybe they'll give me a character. I look at the 6 of Cups as, being a soul, maybe part of your soul group or soul family, a connection. Something that if you've had another lifetime with this person, you may not know them in this lifetime, but you may have a remembrance of that soul. of that individual. Kind of just deep in your cells, there's some sort of something saying, trust your knowing in this. Trust your knowing in this. Maybe accepting some sort of assistance to help you pull out of a not so great situation. Like a soul, like a tribe member or somebody coming into your life experience, wanting to give to you. It's like needing to know that you can lean on yourself to trust this person or individual. Because I have false person in the reverse. This is somebody who's being very genuine with something that they would like to offer. And it may be one of those, it seems too good to be true. But they're being divinely guided to be a connection, to be part of this journey. Even if it's just to say, hey, I want to help you out, to pull, give you a job, or give you a good hookup for a job, or make some of your suffering go away. This is a person who's being very real with you. Maybe that is the challenge, is finding somebody like that too, or that's what you're manifesting. Because I can see the magician here trying to manifest, a high level soul contract, a commitment, wanting to manifest that, and wanting to manifest a true soulmate connection. Someone who's real with you, real with themselves, just real. Tell me about the Ace of Swords, because this is in the heart space. You just have that clarity. It's kind of like of knowing what the heart wants, of knowing what you want. But something isn't necessarily moving quick, or has been stopped for a while. The Knight of Wands could have been dealing with a past person or past situation that didn't move forward. And so there's this a message of something new, like she has her backpack on. It's like a new adventure to go on. This might be a turn where we're focused more on our finances than we are, especially with whatever it was from the past. Let's go ahead and get me have a card on this past situation just because it's popping up. Oh, something that still needs to be wrapped up. That's what they're saying. Okay, very loud and clear. The old car and the book burning is in the reverse. So, I mean, loud and clear. This is what needs to be burned, or the chapter that needs to be burned from the past, because it's associated with the old car. So, if it's not a person, then it's a situation that is weary, retired, exhausted, needs restoration, overdue, old habits die hard, enduring the good old days, family patterns back in time, stuck in the past. And so this is something that we're in the process here of still trying to burn this chapter. There could have been mind games and people trying to change the narrative here, lying. I mean, these are things that are, like I said, the chapter needs to be burned. And the new thing is going to, or needs to be embraced. I love this Hierophant. It's one of my favorite Hierophant cards as far as the artwork goes. And it is right here. It is the card that represents how you are feeling. And do you see first of all, it's a Buddha statue, right? And then we have a dragonfly. All right, so the dragonfly representing really strong clarity of thought, transcendent thought, maybe transcendental meditation too. That might be something that is popping up for you to do, or just something that might make you feel better. But this makes me feel like your connection with spirit, the divine, your connection with God, even a little bit of mix of knowing some kind of, because what's popping up is like mantras or breath work, yoga, exercise. There's just something here about tradition and the way that you connect to spirit. So this doesn't have to be I go to church on this day and this day. And I mean, you can. I'm certainly not knocking that, but I don't feel like it's that. I feel like it's more of trying a method, because it's part of a spiritual practice that has been kind of tested to be really beneficial for people, and getting into that state. This is really you communing with God, It's telling God, look, I have clarity of thought. I get your messages and I understand what needs to be ended, or I understand how I need to move on from the past. But this is what I would like for my enjoyment. This is what I would like to feel, or these are the signs that I need from you. You know, there's something about your connection. It's very holy. It's very holy here. So you feel that you would be very peaceful. You would be one of those souls whom, if I met you out in public, I would say, you know, oh, they have something very peaceful about them, or a calmness that just kind of would radiate from you without you really saying anything. And I think it's due to these practices. I think it's due to something that you do for yourself, some sort of self-love, self-care that you do, that it works. It works for you. And so the frustration has got to be where wanting something to move forward and it's not. The divine is going to line up a divine counterpart for you. Okay. Okay. The divine is going to line up a divine counterpart for you with the Two of Cups, a partnership, a real love connection here. But we have to address why the Knights, which are usually offers coming our way, are in the reverse. Is it something from the past that's stopping these things from coming in fully? So this card is the extra card in the deck. It looks like a 10 of Swords because it's when everything is not fine. Either there's something with finances that's it's coming in too slow, or every relationship that you run into or that you have or that you give a chance ends up being someone who's just kind of not dependable, or lies, they're not honest, or something like that. Tell me more about how we're feeling and why these Knights are in the reverse. Maybe you can answer that. Why are these Knights in the reverse? Because something, okay, yeah, because something needs to end. And for a very long time, I don't know what it is, but there's something here that we felt very powerless to end. Or like somebody was trying to lure us into something, you know. You are, though, a great catch. And this card also says that you will be having luck and prosperity and the abundance, the multiplication principle. But I think that until something here ended completely, which I see maybe that even being a focus with the urn, is breakup, closed off, dismantle, a change of state. It's done. It's over. So once something was done or it's over, like you're off of that hook. You know what I mean? That hook is no longer pulling you or trapping you. So it does have to do with this past thing. Tell me about the Four of Swords, which says recovery here in the environment. This is a pause. It's a time for you to rest and regroup. Oh, nice. Queen of Pentacles is influencing it. This is a person who has been trying to do everything. Now, they've been successful at doing everything. Male or female, Queen of Pentacles is somebody that can really hold it down. They can manage their resources. They're kind. They're compassionate. They are fertile. And yes, that would be the multiplication principle. Would be the Queen of Pentacles would know how to do that. You see the rabbit here. So, I think this is about taking a break because of doing absolutely everything. Or just being a very responsible person here, doing absolutely everything that you possibly can. Tell me about patience. Seven of Discs. Patience with the seeds that you're sowing. Oh, beautiful. And the Eight of Pentacles is coming out. So patience up here is goal and destiny with your work. Because something that you're working on, that you've put a lot of time, energy, and dedication into, is already really starting to pay off. You know, with the Eight of Pentacles, it's going to pay off in the form of an offer, it looks like, because we have the Knight of Discs here in the future. But this is success mastery level at something that you have been working on. Craft, a skill, an ability, something here that you do every day. Like, keep investing the way that you have. Make sure you get your rest and relaxation too. But know that something is going to pay off here. Knight of Discs. Yeah, the offer. Something being offered, like a gift. Like somebody saying, here, if you work with me or cooperate with me, I'll give you this. It's like an even exchange. You could be receiving gifts. Could be from an emperor energy. This can represent a boss or somebody that has a lot of power, or they're in a position of influence. So they are a powerful person indeed. And it seems like they're wanting to gift you something. This equals success, the Six of Pentacles does. Especially with your finances, if you notice. We have the 6, 7, 8 here with the Pentacles. And that means you're in alignment for growth when it comes to finances, for sure. And then the 4 of Pentacles. So holding it down, 5 of Cups here with it. And there may be some disappointment from the past. People from the past, situations from the past. But ultimately, look, you're even going to have a victory over that. I would say they're saying here also to be very careful with your energy. If you have to guard yourself or wall off your energy to some people that don't respect or do not appreciate you in the right way, then do so. Release your load that you're carrying. Something is going to relieve you of your burdens. This is for a person or a Libra that has had to do almost absolutely everything yourself. Without the real appreciation and acknowledgement for all that you've been doing. But that's coming in also, especially with this burning away of this old chapter. Okay, so in your outcome, I have the 8 of Swords, says interference with the 7 of Wands. This seems like our mind could possibly be getting in the way of us taking action and being brave and going towards what we want. And this can be in the form of like having to let go of old patterns, of old habits, and even of old relationships, feeling restricted or some sort of lack of freedom. But it could be just flat out interfering with our movement in the direction that we want to go in. So they're saying to assert yourself to this energy of interference. It can mainly be anxieties, our own anxieties of, I can't do this because of that, or whatever self-limitation you put on yourself, like busting through that energy, right? The Star, you're going to have wishes granted, something that you have wished for a very long time, a brand new loving start. The beginning of something. Could be a job that has a complete makeover. Could be you have a complete makeover. This Page of Cups is looking at the Emperor, so I think some of you all have a very influential, powerful person that has a secret crush on you, seeing you as the Star, seeing you stand out, maybe even waiting on something from your past to wrap up so that they can step forward. Let's see. What about this future energy here, which is good? It's looking really good. It is very likely. At this time, this situation or outcome is likely to occur. It has to do with your success and having something that you have wanted for a very long time. Also, you will be standing out here, okay? So the blinders, for a while, we might have been feeling stuck in a situation, but hyper-focused on it. And so it could have been creating more of it, actually. But if you want to look at this card in the best way possible, which I think you probably should, I think it's about regaining your concentration for what you're working on. And that might have to do with making sure you're getting adequate rest, the right foods, water, putting in the right amount of effort and focus. It is going to bring you your happiness. It's clearly here. Some sort of big opportunity that you're going to enjoy. Doing it for the love of others, for the service of others. The water carrier is unselfish, a humanitarian. It's also saying a benefactor. And that goes in alignment with somebody wanting to give you a gift or gift you something. They're saying with this older situation, with the old habits, the people that were detrimental to your energy or telling you mind games, says to pull up the bridge on them. It doesn't actually say that there, but that's how I look at this card, is that it's a no for these people being able to get back into your energy the way that they used to. You pull up the bridge, wall off yourself to them, to not let them have access to your energy anymore. happening soon. The situation or event in question will happen soon. And then here's those like spiritual practices with the yoga, contemplation, a deep breath, inner child, time alone. It was a relax, take a break, meditate, balance chakras, wellness, rest, reflection. So give me an important date here for Libra, please. An important date for Libra for May. I have May 10th as being an important date for you. And your angel number. And if you like the video, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can get more energy updates as I do them all the time. 777 and 27 with I'm expressive. I love that one because there is something about this magician and you expressing yourself, bringing some type of manifestation to life in that sense. So I have 777. Your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose. A state of peace and calmness is in your soul. I am in the flow. Then that's also a lucky number, 777. So not without its challenges, but it is a lucky number. I'm sending you love and light, Libra. Bye.